What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled Do Black Women Want the Black Family? Take two. So let's get right into it. A lot of times they talk about men being deadbeats and men abandoning the family and men being not good in relationships and running and not being committed, and all that's true for a segment of men. But we never ask the question, do these women want the black family? And the reason why I ask these questions is because actions speak louder than words. The first thing is divorce, right? And divorce is predominantly filed by women in general. And also, they use the argument of these men are not faithful. So infidelity is on the table. But I would assume, could be wrong, that irreconcilable differences is what's causing a lot of these divorces in the last decade, maybe 15 years. So that's not infidelity. That's just, I changed my mind. So when you change up like that, I would assume that you don't want the family, right? The other thing, feminism is in direct opposition to traditionalism. So when you don't want gender roles, or you don't want men to be men, and you don't want women to be women, how can you have a traditional family? You want to have a traditional family that is gender fluid. And how does that really work? Or is this an experiment? And when it doesn't work out well, oops, my bad. So I got to ask the question, do black women want the black family? Because, having a model that works and just going away from it and doing something that's probably proven to not work recently, and still going about it, I don't get it. Now, even also with that mantra, do these women want the black family? Because because of feminism, a lot of these women don't want men, and they can be heterosexual women. They just have a disdain towards men and black men. So, do those women really want the black family? And then you got the women who like women, or the women who like women and men, but they like the benefits of men, but they like both. How can you actually want the black family when you want a woman? Thus the problem, because you don't want polygamy. If with women and a man, you just want what you want when you want it. So, problem. Just thinking that you get an education, you get a career, that's the equivalent to being a man. So if you get an education and you get a career, you don't need a man. Okay, so because you went to school and you got a job, there's no reason to have a family with a man involved. You can be the mother and the father. So that would mean, or that would make me ask the question, do you black women want the black family? The idea of, these women don't fight for the family the same way they fight for custody or alimony or child support. They don't fight to keep the family together or make the family happen the same way they do that. Now, also, I think about the whole marriage thing. And it's been brought up plenty of times, and I've brought it up. Do you want to be a wife, or do you want to have a wedding? And the vast majority of ladies, I would assume, could be right, could be wrong, they want to have a wedding. They don't necessarily want to be a wife. So when you have your day, which is your wedding day, that's all great. You have your honeymoon, that's all great. You can show people the ring, that's all great. But when it's time to be a wife, Nah, I'm not feeling that. Or she's not feeling that, rather. So, does the black woman really want the black family when she doesn't want to be a wife? Or helpmate, however you want to call it. Now, also, there are a lot of women who are empty nesters now. Their kids are grown, and some of them are near grown, and now they want to have a family. But it's looked at with a bit of suspicion because do you want a family or do you want a man who's able to subsidize your lifestyle like alimony or child support did? Because it looks more of the latter than the former. So you got to ask, do black women want a black family? And then when it comes to building, we have this conversation of, I want to build, we should build something. Well, I have no problem with families coming together and building together. That's not my issue. My issue is a lot of our women are raised in a culture that you're not supposed to do anything for a man. You're not supposed to make any sacrifices for a man. And whatever you bring to the table, it doesn't have to be tangible. Matter of fact, if you bring something tangible, you shouldn't respect him as a man. So how are you going to build with somebody who was taught that bringing something tangible to the table is disrespectful to yourself in a relationship with a man? He's supposed to bring the tangibles. You're just supposed to bring, and people say the intangibles, but they want the men to bring the tangibles too. So I don't, though they want the men to bring the intangibles too. So I don't get it. So that's why I have the questions. Do black women want the black family? Then gotta be asked, there are black women who can't submit in a relationship, at least to a black man. So if you can't submit, then you can't cooperate, then you can't build, then, what is the value of the relationship, of the family, if you can't submit? You can't follow under a person's leadership, even if a person is a good leader. You can't follow under a good provider, even if a guy's a good provider. You can't listen to a good protector, even if a guy's a good protector. So if you're adversarial to the idea of submission, then do you want the black family? There has to be some type of order and structure. So if you want the hierarchy to be you over the man, but you want a man to be the leader of the house, how does that work? Really, it doesn't. I'm just asking a question. It's rhetorical. We also got to take it to this. How do black women want the black family? Because they might have been raised in a situation where the black family was black women. Are black women even comfortable with having an actual family atmosphere with a man and woman? Because that dynamic might make them uncomfortable, might scare them. Now, the last but not least, do black women want the black family because the attraction and the respect and the love and admiration seems to not be pointed at the family men in our community. It seems to be pointed at the degenerate men, the homosexual men, and the women. So if that's where all the love and adoration is going, do you actually want the family with the actual heterosexual black man, or I mean, the family man, you know, the protector provider type? I would say no, but that's just my opinion. Um, like I said, that was last but not least. But also, let's just add this in there. People want to live their best life, but you can't. It seems like you can't live your best life if a man is involved. So, how can you have a family if living your best life can't include a man of masculine energy? That's considered a drag. So how can you get a family out of that situation, you know? So that's just my thoughts. I hope this take works. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.